Hello, today we are going to talk about the energies on the sky and regarding the inauguration of Mr. Trump that's going to happen on the 20th of January 2025. Today is the 9th of January 2025, probably something like 10 to 3 o'clock at night in Ireland. But anyways, let's have a look at the horoscope. Let me just get the screen sorted so you can see everything as you should. 1 second. I have a massive cursor, so you can see me clicking and doing all the stuff on the screen without a problem. Okay. And let me just become pretty small. Okay. Setup more or less complete. You can see me and you can see the horoscope. And I have a big mouse and I can show you what, where and how. So this is the horoscope of the inauguration 2025. I marked all of the important stuff and retrograding planets that we have in the horoscope, but we will speak about them later. So let's have a look at the strongest aspects that we can find in this horoscope, and that is Sun, that conjuncts Pluto in the second degree of Aquarius, and in the 10th house of the horoscope. And there is exactly, you have to remind me after the inauguration what time it happened. So you have to remind me, maybe it was 10 minutes past 12. Maybe it was 5 to 12. We have to check it out because it can change loads in the horoscope, yeah? If the Sun and Pluto moves, for example, to the 9th house, and Mars moves from the 3rd to the 4th house, that would have totally different meaning. So let's focus on the strongest aspect in this particular moment in Washington. So this is the Sun that is in conjunction with Pluto, and Pluto is exactly conjuncting the lot of fortune. So what it means, from my experience, people that have significant Pluto on like ascendant or Sun, they tend to be both a very strong ego and very strong ability to get into the underworld, the world of Pluto, or Hades in Greek mythology. And in this horoscope, it is in Aquarius, so a revolutionary sign, technological sign, and the 10th house, so the sector responsible for career. And moreover, exactly on the lot of fortune, that means that this influence is going to be number one in this horoscope. What is going to happen, according to astrology, is that if it happens at this very time, so 12 o'clock, 2025, 20th of January, United States is going to use its ego and deepest ability of having power to influence everyone in one particular direction, to show the world and everyone else who is the best in the world, the strongest. And you've already seen it probably with Greenland, Mexico, Panama, and simply it has already started that United States will try to gain as much control as possible in the crucial areas of the world. So Panama Canal is necessary for states to communicate east with west. Greenland, maybe it's a homeland security issue that they would like to have military presence in Greenland. They've spoken to Canada. Come on, join US. Why are you separated so long? And Mexico? Mexico is in the same time a very good neighbor regarding providing very good labor to the United States. It's a market for American cars. And of course, it's a competition in the same time. So Mexicans would like to sell stuff to United States as well. So United States are going to use its power wherever they can, whether it's Europe, Russia, Ukraine, Middle East, they are going to show off how powerful they are. The next thing that we have to look at in this horoscope is, I do have notes for this horoscope and that I'm gonna have a look at in a second. The other thing is that the very first degrees of Aquarius, 2.5 degrees of Aquarius, is very revolutionary. So this immense power of the United States is going to be used in a very revolutionary and unexpected way. So we can expect unexpected in the months and years to come in this term of Mr. Trump. Let me just look at my notes, because I just want to go step by step in what's going to happen in the next 4 years according to this very precise moment that is going to happen in Washington. We will have to look at the horoscopes of the vice president. Is it Mr. I have forgotten his name, the young guy, and Mr. Elon Musk as well, because they are supposed to be quite important individuals regarding the next term of the American president, Mr. Trump. So the next thing we have to look at is a conjunction of Mars with the lowest point of the horoscope, with Imam Seli, that is in Cancer. So Cancer would usually be very about family in the third sector of horoscope, ruled by Moon in this case as well, but talking about the communication. And as it is marked here, Mars is in retrograde. I will just make myself even smaller. Mars is in retrograde. So what I expect from this horoscope is going to happen is that US, using this immense power outside of the US, showing off, oh, my ego is great, I am the strongest in the world, so I can do whatever I want. In the same time, they have to unlock this power here, they have to look at the problems in the homeland. So Mars as well, in a retrograde movement in Cancer, in the third sector, would tell us that there is lots of stuff regarding communication that has to be used to show US as such outside, even though this is happening inside, outside of the country, that they are actually better than everything else think they are. Apart from that, Mars in retrograde in this position can indicate that there might be lots of internal friction regarding roots and family. So it is quite tricky. And the answer to this tricky powers colliding here in a way, or stretching a line, is to find balance between what's going on with the roots of the country in the United States and what's going on with the immense power that the United States still has. So there is going to be focus needed on family and roots, inner drive, and rethinking and reorganizing roots of existence, not only of the nation, but of the whole country as well. There are going to be lots of strong emotions, lots of them, because lots of power causes lots of power at work, causes lots of emotion at home. So re-establishing US position in the world, re-evaluating rules governing the existence of states, lots of emotions, great potential if used correctly. Okay? So there are going to be emotional challenges regarding this Mars position and conflicts, family issues, and opportunities as well. But it has to be resolved to unleash the Kraken. That's a very strong position of Sun-Pluto, very close to highest point of the horoscope in the 10th sector, exactly on the lot of fortune. So next 4 years can be in a way fortunate for states, and they can revolutionize how they are being seen by others. And they can use brute force as well to force Panama to give better prices for passing the American crafts. I think that they are just telling Denmark that, yes, we want Greenland, give it to us, we want to buy it. Maybe they just want to have more military presence down there, and they are just telling them, okay, you won't give us permission to get another 5 bases in Greenland. We are going to use force to obtain military presence in the same with Canada and Mexico. And I've heard that Mr. Trump said that they are going to change the name of the Bay of Mexico into Bay of America. Is it? Am I right? I'm far away from the United States, so I'm not really following the politics. This is the only stuff I do is look at the circle on the screen, yeah? So, and if healing at home is performed correctly, this should work. Like, they are going to use lots of power, lots of force to force everyone to show how powerful American ego is. Will it work? We'll have to look at the other horoscopes as well later. But let's get to another point in the horoscope. That's a conjunction of Saturn and Venus. And there is conjunction of Neptune and the North Node in the same sign. That's in Pisces. The first conjunction would give us idealism versus reality, and feeling of restriction. That's a sign of long-term relationships as well, spiritual and social influence. But wait a second here, because the next one, that's Neptune, that conjuncts North Node in the 11th sector. That's responsible for, let's say, community work. This is what you give to the society, how you present yourself, how do you give love to others. So this is sector number 11. And these two conjunctions are just giving, they are going to give as well a bit, because these aspects are not exact, but there the blue lines are indicating that they are going to have harmonious relationship with this big conjunction here. So in my less than humble opinion, they indicate that the social construct of the United States is going to be changed in a way that China operates at the moment. So all of the Western countries by now realize that China 70 years ago did the right decision to introduce communism, and then after a while in the 70s they introduced a mixture that haven't been seen before. That's a mixture of communism and capitalism in the same time. So I think that the West have realized that this is the only way to boost the economy of the West that has fallen drastically in the latest years. So our Western countries' economies is going really down, even though the graphs are showing that this is the highest values of our companies ever recorded. But we don't produce cars, we don't produce computers, we don't fly in space as much as Chinese do, especially in Europe. I don't know whether Musk is flying more than the Chinese, I have no idea, but he might be, yeah? But all the production, all the brain power is in China now. And I think that in this term, they will try to changing by introducing, again, a mixture of ideals and very strict rules. Communism. Saturn, Neptune, Venus. And another thing that is, in my opinion, going to happen under this in the next 4 years under this horoscope of inauguration is we have Jupiter retrograding in the second sector in Gemini. Sector is ruled by Mercury in this case. I think that the financial system is going to be first inflated, then crushed, to be reorganized and replaced by something unseen before in the human history. So I expect the year 2025 anyways, 2026 are going to be extremely interesting years in the future. In the future we will think of these years as we think now of 2020s, when we had to sit at home from a very familiar to most of you viewers reason. So the years 2025 and 2026 are going to be the first years when we will notice dramatic and drastic and very fast change into the future. And one of the changes I expect is the breakdown of the fiscal construct of the world and destruction and rebirth of a new one. And I think that it is going to originate in Washington under Mr. Trump. We'll see what the future brings. There is one more thing that I want to talk about, and that's this almost closed Yod formation from Uranus and this conjunction of Pluto and Saturn onto them. It is shining, but as you can see, Saturn and Venus are shining on the moon, and Uranus is technically speaking giving a quincunx to Lilith. So it is not a fully closed Yod, and as you can see, it would have been a boomerang Yod if we had these planets close together, Proserpina, Aries, and Chiron, but we don't. But anyways, that's a great potential if used correctly. But and if it's a proper Yod, yeah, it's not. So I see here that the everyday job and health of the nation might be experiencing loads of challenges. Technically speaking, the general public right now should be looking for answers in the sector of mysticism and beliefs that are actually ruled by Mars, and Mars is here, so we're going back to the roots. So if the root beliefs of Americans are properly rewritten, reaccepted by the nation, they just might unlock this health sector and sector of regular work. And then there is a loads of power that is going to be extracted from Uranus and Saturn with Venus from this almost locked Yod. But again, we have to see what exact timing we'll get on that very day. Is it going to be the 12 o'clock or 12 o'clock and 10 minutes later? So we'll see. We will reanalyze this horoscope. But what I see is, just in 3-4 simple points, brutal force used to shine amongst the nations all over the world, by the US of course, restructuring of the soul and roots of American people, and then introduction of some sort mix of ultra capitalism with some sort of communistic or maybe monarchic way of ruling the country. We'll see what happens. The key is not to abuse the power here, to find yourself, the roots, and to heal your soul. We'll see what happens. But I'm saying lots of brute power, lots of problems at home, and communism mixed with capitalism. We'll see if I'm right in a couple of years. I will probably be quite happy to get back to this video, and then I would tell you whether I was right or not. Or maybe you will remind me and you'll tell me, oh no, you were so wrong. The America is great again. We'll see. I don't know whether it is. It's gonna be. Anyway, that's it for today, and I'm going to analyze more horoscopes regarding these days, because horoscope of Mr. Trump, extremely interesting for these days, and we'll look at them in the next video. So that's it for today. See you next time, and yeah, all best or better. See you. Bye bye.